Hello, my friends. Welcome to Luna English Podcast. This is Luna. Today I've been thinking about something that many people talk about, but few really understand: passion. We often hear the word used to describe excitement or love for something, but passion is much deeper than that. It's not just a strong feeling that appears and disappears with mood. Passion is a quiet, steady force that lives inside you. It's what keeps you going when results are slow, when rewards are missing, and when no one else is watching. Passion gives meaning to your actions, even when life feels ordinary or difficult. It's the reason some people wake up early to work on their craft, learn something new, or keep improving even after failure. Passion is not just energy or emotion, it's purpose that refuses to fade. In this episode, we'll talk about how to discover your passion, how to understand it deeply, and how to keep it alive. Because passion is not something you find once, it's something you grow and nurture every single day. Where does passion come from? Passion begins in curiosity. It starts with a simple question or an interest that makes you want to know more. You might not call it passion yet. It may just feel like a small spark, a quiet thought that keeps coming back. But curiosity is the seed of passion. Every deep interest begins with a moment of attention. When you give that moment space to grow, it starts to take shape. Passion doesn't appear suddenly. It builds through time, experience, and reflection. You might notice that you lose hours doing something because it feels natural and satisfying. You forget about effort or reward, and you just enjoy the process itself. That's the beginning of passion, when your attention feels free and alive. The truth is, passion grows in silence and patience. It's not about chasing excitement, but about listening to what quietly moves your heart. If you pay attention to what makes you curious, you may already be closer to your passion than you think. How can curiosity help you find your passion? Curiosity is like a compass. It shows you the direction, even if it doesn't give you the full map. When you follow your curiosity, you begin to notice patterns in what attracts your mind and heart. Maybe you feel drawn to creating things, teaching others, solving problems, or helping people feel better. Those are signals from your inner world. Passion grows when you follow those signals without judging them too early. Sometimes we stop exploring because we think we must already know our passion. But real discovery takes time. It's okay not to have the full answer yet. The key is to keep moving toward what feels meaningful. Let curiosity lead you to new experiences. Try, fail, learn, and try again. Every new path teaches you something about what truly matters to you. Over time, curiosity becomes confidence, and confidence builds passion. You'll find that what once felt uncertain starts to feel like home. Why do so many people feel lost when they can't find their passion right away? It's because we're taught that passion is something we're born with, like a talent or a gift. But that's not true. Passion is built through exploration, not discovery. You don't wake up one morning and suddenly know what you love most. You build it by paying attention, experimenting, and staying open to change. The myth of instant passion can make people give up too soon. They try something once, don't feel fireworks, and decide it's not for them. But passion doesn't always begin with excitement. It often begins with quiet effort. Over time, the more you practice and learn, the more natural and fulfilling it becomes. Passion is not about perfect moments. It's about persistence. When you keep showing up, your interest deepens, your skills grow, and your purpose becomes clearer. So if you haven't found your passion yet, be patient. It's not missing, it's developing. How do you know when you're close to your passion? One simple way is to notice where your energy naturally goes. What makes you feel more alive, more awake, or more focused? When you're doing something that matters to you, time moves differently. You forget to check your phone, and you don't count the minutes. That's your energy speaking. Passion always feels like connection, not necessarily joy every moment, but engagement. Even when it's hard, it still feels right. You might feel tired but fulfilled, challenged but motivated. Following this energy helps you see what activities, ideas, or goals truly fit your nature. The problem is, many people ignore this inner signal because they chase what looks impressive or pays well. But passion is not found through comparison. It's discovered through honesty, by asking yourself, what gives me energy and what quietly drains it away? When you start choosing more of what energizes you, passion slowly takes root. Does passion make everything easy? Not really. True passion always includes effort. It asks for your time, your patience, and your courage. You may love what you do, but that doesn't mean it's always simple. In fact, the more passionate you are, the more deeply you'll care, and that care can sometimes bring frustration or fear. But effort gives passion its strength. Without effort, even the brightest interest fades. Think of passion like a fire. It needs fuel. That fuel is your consistent action, even on quiet or difficult days. Every small effort keeps the fire alive. The beautiful thing is, the more effort you give, the more energy you receive in return. Passion and effort feed each other. When you understand that, you stop waiting for constant motivation and start building discipline. Passion grows stronger, not when things are easy, but when you choose to stay connected, even when it's hard. What's the difference between passion and motivation? Motivation is often short-term. It comes and goes with mood or reward. You might feel motivated after watching an inspiring video or hearing a success story, but that feeling fades quickly. Passion, on the other hand, runs deeper. It's steady, personal, and emotional. You don't need external rewards to continue because the act itself feels meaningful. You keep doing it because it's part of who you are. Motivation can start the journey, but passion sustains it. When you act from passion, you don't rely on excitement. You rely on purpose. And that purpose helps you stay grounded through both progress and challenges. If you notice your motivation fading, don't worry, it's normal. That's the moment to reconnect with your passion, to remind yourself why it matters. Passion doesn't shout, it whispers. You only need to listen closely. How can reflection help you find your passion? Sometimes the best clues are hidden in your past. Think about the moments when you felt deeply engaged, not because someone told you to do something, but because you wanted to. Maybe it was a project, a book, a topic, or a task that captured your full attention. Those memories reveal your natural direction. Reflection helps you recognize patterns in what you enjoy and value. When you write or think quietly about those moments, you'll see small connections forming between them. Passion doesn't always announce itself with excitement. Sometimes it whispers through memories of calm focus or quiet joy. Reflection also helps you separate your own desires from the expectations of others. You learn what truly feels like you. Passion grows in that honesty, in the simple act of saying, "This is what makes me feel alive." Is passion something permanent? Not always. Passion can change as you grow. What excites you today may shift tomorrow, and that's okay. Life experiences, challenges, and new perspectives can all reshape what matters to you. Some people fear losing their passion because they think it means failure. But in truth, it means growth. Passion is not a fixed destination. It's a moving journey. You evolve, and so does your purpose. The key is to stay open. When you let your curiosity evolve with you, passion stays alive. It might take a new form, but its heart remains the same, the desire to learn, to create, to give meaning to your days. Accepting this change helps you live more freely. You no longer chase a perfect idea of passion. You grow with it, and in that growth, you find peace. Why do we sometimes feel like we've lost our passion? It often happens when we confuse tiredness or self-doubt with disinterest. Sometimes passion doesn't disappear, it just hides behind exhaustion or disappointment. When things get hard, your energy drops and you begin to question your direction. You might wonder if you chose the wrong path. But losing connection for a while doesn't mean it's over. It simply means you need rest, reflection, and renewal. Passion, like a plant, needs care. It can't grow in burnout. Step back, breathe, and remind yourself why you began. Reconnect with the simple joy of doing, without pressure or judgment. Even a small step, reading about your topic, practicing a skill, or just remembering your goal can reignite the spark. Passion doesn't vanish, it waits patiently for you to return. How do you maintain your passion in daily life? The answer lies in small habits. Passion is not just a feeling, it's a rhythm. It stays alive through regular actions, even when motivation is low. When you do a little bit each day, your mind and heart stay connected to what you love. These habits don't need to be big or perfect. They can be short moments of practice, reflection, or learning. The power of small habits is that they remind your brain that this matters. Each repetition strengthens your identity as someone who shows up for their passion. Over time, the results grow naturally, and so does your confidence. The secret is consistency, not intensity. When passion becomes part of your routine, it no longer depends on mood, it becomes part of who you are. Why does self-doubt often appear when we follow our passion? Because passion exposes what we care about most. When something matters deeply, we fear failing at it. That fear can make us question our worth or ability. But self-doubt is not a sign to stop. It's a sign that you're growing. Every person who builds something meaningful faces uncertainty. The key is to act gently through it. Instead of fighting your doubt, listen to it, then move anyway. Remind yourself that no one begins as an expert. Progress comes through practice, not perfection. Self-doubt only loses power when you keep creating, learning, and showing up. Passion grows when you act even with shaky hands and a racing heart. Every time you continue, you teach yourself courage, and courage, more than talent, keeps passion alive. What role does failure play in passion? A very important one. Failure is not the opposite of passion, it's part of it. Every time you fail, you gain new understanding about your path. Failure teaches patience, humility, and focus. It removes the illusion that things should be easy. If you never fail, you never grow. Passion doesn't protect you from mistakes. It helps you rise after them. The people who succeed in what they love are not those who never fall, but those who keep returning after every fall. When you see failure as a teacher instead of an enemy, you remove fear's power. Each setback becomes part of your story, proof that you care enough to try again. Passion grows stronger every time you face failure and still choose to continue. How do you keep your passion alive for years? By remembering your why. Your why is the root of your passion, the deeper reason behind what you do. When daily work feels hard or progress is slow, reconnecting to that reason gives you strength. Ask yourself, why does this matter to me? What impact does it have on my life or on others? When you know your why, small struggles feel smaller. You stop chasing quick rewards and start valuing the process itself. Your why is the quiet voice that reminds you who you are. It keeps you grounded when doubt grows loud. Revisit it often. Write it down. Speak it out loud. Let it guide your choices. The clearer your why, the brighter your passion burns, even in dark moments. What does it mean to live with passion every day? It means choosing to stay awake to life. Passion is not a single project or goal, it's a way of being. It's about caring deeply, even for small things. It's about giving your best attention to what's in front of you. When you live with passion, ordinary days feel meaningful because you bring purpose to them. You don't wait for motivation. You create it through your actions. Living with passion means accepting change, learning constantly, and treating every step as part of your growth. You no longer chase perfection. You focus on presence. You realize that passion is not something you keep. It's something you live. And the more you live it, the more it expands. So, wherever you are in your journey, stay curious, stay patient, and keep your heart open. Your passion is already within you. It's just waiting to be lived. What happens when passion turns into quiet purpose? This is where the real beauty begins. Passion starts as energy, curiosity, and excitement, but with time it becomes something calmer, something deeper. When passion matures into purpose, it's no longer about results or recognition. It's about alignment, about living in a way that feels true to who you are. You stop needing others to notice because the satisfaction comes from within. Purpose feels peaceful, not loud. It's the quiet joy of knowing that what you do each day has meaning. It might not always feel exciting, but it feels right. That calm feeling is the sign that your passion has grown roots. It's now part of your identity, not just a passing interest. When passion becomes purpose, you find stability even in uncertain times. You stop rushing and start trusting the process. You no longer ask, "Is this worth it?" because you already know. And in that quiet knowing, you discover something greater than passion itself, a sense of peace, connection, and gratitude for simply being on your path.